I'm Randy, the National Couture.
This is BJ Penn.
This is John Fitch.
Hey, I'm Ariane Celeste.
I'm Forrest Griffin.
I am Fyodor. You are watching MMA Fix.
MMA Fix here with the handsome Stephan Bonnar.
Wow, thank you.
How are you doing right now? You feel good going into this? We've been talking
good now, you know. This after I sweat out 13 pounds, then talk to me.
So I've really been trying hard to scrounge up some questions for you because I think I've asked you everything leading up to your fight with Igor. First of all, I want to know if you're going to be betting because you are the favorite by about 200. So
I'm not much of a gambler, you know, especially on myself. I don't need that kind of pressure.
That's even worse than the money.
And if my friends, anyone, my friend's going to bet on me, don't tell me till after the fight, please. I don't want to hear that. You better win. I just put 1,000 on you.
I just ruined it for Michael Johnson because he didn't even know the odds were against him, and I told him what they were. And
Oh, no.
I was looking for questions to ask you, and I did talk to Adam Hill from the RJ, and he said to ask you about Lyoto Machida, that you have a really good story that you can impersonate and act out, and it would be great for video. So why don't you tell us about fighting Lyoto Machida?
So we're fighting in Manaus, jungle fight. I go to Rio for a few days to train, then it's like a 6-hour flight from Rio to Manaus. And I think, okay, we're going to land, go to the hotel, get some rest. But instead, we get on a bus, and instead of going to the hotel, we go to a boating dock. I'm like, what's going on? Get on the boat. On the boat, all right. So I get on the boat. Next thing you know, I'm like 2 hours deep in the Amazon River. Yeah, like 2 hours on this boat. And it's real wild and eerie and quiet, and the sun's setting. And then off in the distance, you know, you see this like ecotourism resort all built above the water, like little wooden planks and like long flat surfaces, and the housing there, the rooms were all in like huts stacked on each other. You know, it was really wild. And, you know, off in the distance, there's this guy with 2 pad holders, one on each side, kicking, punching, going back and forth. And I'm thinking, who's this jerk out with 2 pad holders? What's he going to fight 2 guys? And I didn't know it. It turned out that was Machida. But anyways, on the way in there, the whole point of this is like, it was really surreal. It was real cool. And I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. Huge. And I just got so like, wow, I'm freaking in Enter the Dragon. I'm in the movie Enter the Dragon. It's just like it, you know? Go in this strange remote place in the middle of nowhere on a boat to fight people in this crazy tournament. This is Enter the Dragon, you know? And I thought that was so cool. But then during the fight with Machida, we get on there and start fighting, and this guy is like really got this weird stance and arms all weird, and he's making me swing and miss a lot and kick and miss, and I'm punching, he's countering me and getting out of the way, and he actually popped me in the nose and ran out of the way. We ended up clinching up, and I just started laughing to myself. My nose started bleeding. Okay, so he popped it, but I started chuckling in my head because I'm like, I realized at that moment that, yes, I am an Enter the Dragon, and I'm the unlucky bastard who has to fight Bruce Lee, because this guy, like, totally reminded me of Bruce Lee, the way he fought.
The reason why I introduced you as handsome is because you're a guy that's constantly in the bloody brawls, and we worry about that pretty little face of yours, but apparently I was reading an article that you did with Ben Fowlkes of MMA Fighting, and you're not so worried about the face, you're worried about your analytical skills, we were told.
Yeah, I mean, I'm married. Who cares how ugly I get? I just want to be able to think, you know? I don't want to be going to the bathroom in my pants and, like, forgetting my name, you know? It's all about, you know, I could break my hand 1,000,000 times, my knee, get cuts, whatever. Those heal. But this thing doesn't. So, yeah, that's what I care about.
Well, we see that your face hasn't really been affected by all the fights.
Like Frankenstein. Cuts everywhere.
Well, still look good. So what I want to test today are your cognitive skills. So what I did is I went online to a little site called triviachamp.com. I'm going to ask you a few questions and see how those analytical skills are doing. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Who invented the cotton gin? Now, do you want multiple choice, or do you think you know who invented the cotton gin?
Oh, I always need multiple choice.
It would be Eli Whitney, Samuel Colt, or Sir Frank Whittle.
Eli Whitney. I should have known that.
Ding, ding, ding. You got that.
I mean, that was on the top of my tongue.
Going to the next question. What is the world's largest snake? Multiple choice?
Yeah, of course.
Anaconda, royal python, or king cobra?
I think the royal python.
You got that too. Ding, ding, ding.
You thought I was wrong. I mean, this guy knows his snakes. He actually goes skeet shooting with rattlesnakes. We got video of him catching rattlesnakes with his bare hands and skeet shooting them. It's nuts.
Who discovered LSD? Christian Huygens, Albert Hofmann, or Hans Geiger?
Oh, boy.
You know much about LSD?
I know a lot about Timothy Leary. He was a pretty cool dude. Yeah. And Ram Dass. Him and Ram Dass were friends. They went out and ate a bunch of acid. Then Ram Dass quit his job as a teacher and went over to India and met his
Are you
guru.
avoiding the question?
Okay, what were the... Yeah,
We've got Christian Huygens, Albert Hofmann, or Hans Geiger. Who invented LSD or discovered it?
yeah, I don't know it, so I'll just say B.
You would get it correct. Albert Hofmann. Wow, you don't have to worry at all. I got one more question for you, and that is, where are koala bears from? Australia, Greece, or Austria?
Well, I was just fighting in Australia, and we were at the zoo, and this guy, Alex Schoenhauer, actually grabbed a koala's balls and shook him, and the koala actually got, violated. He looked at him, was like, what? Did someone just grab my balls? So yes, Australia, koala bears are from.
Well, we need to ask Alex why he would do that. Very interesting.
He's really good with animals. You should see his hand. His hand's all mangled up. And he's like, yeah, it's hard. We go out shooting. And he's like, it's hard to grip sometimes. I'm like, what happened to your hand? Well, it's illegal to shoot a bear in a tree, so you got to get him out. How do you get him out of the tree? Well, you got to climb over him and hit him over the head with a stick. And then it gets pissed off. I guess you climb the tree next to him, you hit him over the head, right? It comes out of the tree. Then you can shoot it once it's on the ground. And he hit it over the head with a stick, but instead of climbing down out of the tree, the bear just went up and did a big rake and just mangled his hand right up. So.
We better end this interview before PETA comes. Thank you for talking to us, Stephan.
You're welcome.